Hey, so just this last Saturday, I had this really cool experience tutoring these kids math. Math of all things, I know, right? So the week before, right, I had to give them some homework, and my thought process when giving them homework was that I won't be there to engage them while they do their homework, right? They're gonna have to do it themselves. So since I won't be there, the homework itself has to be engaging and interesting. So I introduced them to this game my sister invented, right? And it's very simple. It's played on one of these poppet things, a fidget toy. Two players take turns popping between 1 and 4 bubbles, and whoever pops the last one loses. Like I said, super simple. In fact, after just a few minutes of playing this with my sister, I had devised a mathematically unbeatable strategy. I won my sister dozens of times with it, but that wasn't enough. I developed a taste for beating children, so I keep going, and I play a few games with the two kids I'm tutoring, right? And I beat them every time with my unbeatable strategy. But I didn't explicitly tell them what my strategy was. Instead, for homework, I thought they should try and figure out what it was, right? See if they can find out what my strategy was. Not to find the reasoning behind it or, to figure out the math behind it, just to find out what it was. I think they can do that, right? That shouldn't be too hard. So I come back the next week. This is last Saturday now, so I come back next week. And at the end of class, I asked them, did you guys find my unbeatable strategy? And the answer was no. They did not find my strategy. No. He did one better. That little bugger beat my unbeatable strategy. So I'm like, what? Okay, my strategy is unbeatable, right? How did he just beat me? So okay, I must have done something wrong, right? Must have made a mistake somehow. All right, so here, let's play again. All right, let's play again. I'm gonna be more careful this time. And he beat me again. Okay. Was I supposed to start first or second? I'll try starting second this time. All right, let's play again. He beat me again. So 3 times in a row now, I've gone owned by this 10-year-old kid at my own game. Okay, so I gotta try and save face somehow now, right? So I at least try to figure out what's going on here, right? So I get together with the little kid, and now it's him trying to explain to me what his strategy is. And of course the big brother can't let the little brother get all the glory, right? So the big brother joins in as well. And there we were, all 3 of us gathered around this table, trying to uncover this strategy this little brother found, completely impromptu. They weren't doing it for any kind of reward. I wasn't grading this. I wasn't forcing them to do this. I didn't have to say anything. And I certainly wasn't doing it for money. Class had already ended, and I was only paid for 2 hours. No, we did it because it was cool. This little brother had caught a glimpse of something deeper. Something I completely missed. It was like a little corner sticking up out of the sand, and all of us desperately wanted to know what else lay beneath. It was something I've waited far too long to see. A desire to learn, driven purely out of curiosity, clean from any external pressures. I really wish every class could be like that. But instead, we've taken this drive of curiosity, of wonder, of excitement, and we've replaced it with fear. Fear of failing expectations, with shame of falling behind peers, with anxiety of not being able to do your best. And you have to ask yourself, what have we done? What have we done to ruin a gift as great as learning? There are some people who look at this and see nothing but despair. Like it's hopeless. I had a conversation with a friend once. We were talking about passion and about education. And he told me, it's great. It's really great that you and I can be so passionate about these things, but that's just not for everyone. Some people just want to get by in life. They don't really want to learn. They're not very interested in it. They just want to do what they're told and get by. It's hopeless to try and bring excitement back into people's lives. It's hopeless to try and bring excitement back into school. Because people don't want excitement. People don't want wonder. People don't want to be curious. People don't want to care. But you know what? In every one of my experiences, those people have been wrong. I attended Vita for the first time this last month, and I got to see an entirely different side of people, one that truly and deeply cared. I have friends who've turned their lives around 180, and all it took was a little push to get them going off on their own. Job 33 verse 4 says, "The Spirit of God has made me, and the breath of the Almighty gives me life." This gift of learning, the desire to see creation in all its beauty, to gaze up at the stars and marvel under their brilliance, this is a gift given to me straight from God Himself. And I don't care who you are, you can't take that from me. You can muffle it, you can dampen it, but no matter what, a piece of it will always remain in me and in each and every one of you, just waiting for someone to show them it's safe to come outside. You know, the first time I met those kids, they were quiet as hell, a timid bunch. They also didn't seem very interested in the math homework that they were given. They kind of just wanted to get it over with so their mom would give them more screen time. The older brother made that very clear. But there's something I didn't mention about that story at the beginning. That magical moment with the three of us all working together on this problem well after class was over, that was the second class. In 1 week, it was like I was teaching two completely different people. It's nothing short of a miracle. But you know, it's not usually like this, and I don't really expect it to last either. Usually, it's like the first class, where the students are disinterested and they're really only there because they have to be. It's not usually easy, but I kept trying anyways, trying different strategies, seeing what worked and what didn't, and just kept going. Point is, I didn't give up. Look what happened. Moments like this constantly remind me exactly why I do this. Not for money, not for mad hours, not really even for work experience. I do this because it's awesome. But it's also hard. You know, us students, I find that we complain too much. I often hear complaints that some teachers, and I won't name any names, but that some teachers don't really seem to try, almost like they've given up on learning right along with us. Like even they are just there for the grade, for the paycheck, for the job, to fill a role, fill expectations. Well, guess what? We're not exactly making it easy for them either. You know what I think? Those teachers we love to complain about, they don't try, not because they don't want to or they don't care, but because they've seen everyone who has be shut down with a tidal wave of apathy. You know, one of the most common questions I hear being asked in our school, is this graded? Well, it's really just a polite way of saying, should I care about this? Is it even worth my time? Well, let's say it's not graded. It's not on the test, it's not required by the curriculum. If that's the case, then why is the teacher even teaching it? Really ask yourself, right? What reason does a teacher have to be teaching it? If it's not graded, not required by the test, not part of their job. The only possible reason that remains is that they're teaching it because they genuinely care about you and they care about what they have to say. They genuinely believe what they have to say to you can make an impact. So to answer your question, yes, you should care, especially when it's not graded, right? When it is graded, it's kind of hit or miss. You know, you got your times tables, those are pretty useful. You also got your chlorophyll, it's not very useful. When it's not graded, that's when you have to pay attention. Because those are the moments you know that the teacher is being genuine. But I do also have to say, to those of you teachers who keep trying, despite the lack of appreciation, to the few of you who are able to withstand this tidal wave day in and day out, I applaud you. I don't know where you find the strength to do it, but I thank God that you do. So don't give up. Don't give up on yourself, for Philippians 4:13 says, I can do all things through Him who strengthens me. And if you need any more encouragement, know that God will not forget your work and the love that you have shown Him as you have helped His people and continue to help them. And to all of us, don't give up on the world. Never become dull and disillusioned, bored of the wonders that God has given us to explore. For it is the Lord himself who made the heavens, even the highest heavens, and all the stars in them, and the earth and all that is on it, and the seas and all that is in them. It is he who gives life to everything, and the multitudes of heaven worship him.
Fish are jumping, guess they're hunting. 'Cause every now and then, there's a fly or something down by the singing sea. Sandcrabs crawling over my shoulder. Could he lay over there, drinking Coca-Cola down by the singing sea?
Sitting next to a swimming pool. Somebody dives in, and she's not too pretty, so I can think of something else. I think of the waves and things that have formed in the water. And when there's lots of people have dived in the pool, there's a very great choppiness of all these waves all over the water. And to think that it's possible, maybe, that in those waves is a clue as to what's happening in the pool. That some sort of insect or something with sufficient cleverness could sit in the corner of the pool and just be disturbed by the waves, and by the nature of the irregularities and bumping of the waves, have figured out who jumped in, where and when, and what's happening all over the pool. And that's what we're doing when we're looking at something. The light that comes out is waves, just like in the swimming pool, except in 3 dimensions instead of the 2 dimensions of the pool, as they're going in all directions. And we have an 1/8 of an inch black hole, which is the
Spends the day, attacks the princess from the witch, shove off all from the castle wall, see the water rise up.
room at the same time, which everybody knows, but you gotta stop and think about it to really get the pleasure about the complexity, the inconceivable nature of nature.